onto the restrictions part, we have to first put a code for the user input. Like if you want to move Pacman up, so up arrow, right means right arrow, left means left arrow, and down means down arrow. How to do that? This key press should be captured at the same time when the direction speed this code is going on, correct? How to do that? For that, we need to create an event when clicking simultaneously. So just pull this when clicking here. Same way we need forever. So go to controls, we'll bring forever. In forever we need if event. If what? If what? Sensing. Sensing, correct? Sensing what? The key press. So not the touching. What we want? Key press. So here, put this inside. Key press what? When up arrow. When up arrow is pressed, what we want? We want our variable. Which direction? Set direction to up. Okay? Same way, we'll duplicate if condition, put it here. We'll say down. When down arrow pressed, what we want? Down. And then again duplicate. We'll put it here. What we want? Right arrow. If right arrow means press. When right arrow is pressed, what we want? To move right. Again click duplicate. Then press here. Now right for left arrow. Left arrow pressed, what we want? Move left. Correct? Let's see how it works. What this code will do? This code is default setting. Whenever the direction is set, it will move in that direction. Default will set as right. Correct? So it will work on the default setting. But whenever the user inputs are there in the default settings, it will work according to this code. Okay? Let's click it. Let's click here. It started. Now if I press left arrow, it is moving left. If I press up arrow, it is moving up. Now down arrow, it moves down. Right, right. So it follows the instruction, at the same time it follows the default setting. Clear? Let's stop it here. Now again, it is working throughout the screen. It is not restricted to the maze nor to this blue lines of the maze step. Now we will move forward with the coding. Moreover, we have to code for this text also, level complete. It should come only when the actual level completes, or the game over text should come only when the game gets over, correct? So we have to do programming for this sprites also, which is called overlays. Okay? Okay, now we will learn a big operator. Okay, let's go to operator. We'll take AND condition. What is AND? AND means, see, there are two options, in front of AND and behind AND. AND operator acts like if this is correct and the other one is correct. If both values are correct, then only it will execute the further steps. Okay? So what are our further steps? What I want is, whenever the Pacman moves, it should always move in the 16 points ahead, backward, upward, downward, any direction. It should just move in the multiples of 16. Okay? Only then I can set the Pacman to move within the maze. For that I have to take AND operator. What I want with the AND operator, I want comparison also. For comparison, not greater than less than, but I want equal to. Okay? So equal to, I'll fix it here. Okay? Now what I want? Mode operator. What mode operator does? I want Pacman to move in the multiples of 16. So how I will come to know? I will come to know by x position and y position divided by 16. If remainder is 0, that means its movement is in the multiple of 16. Correct? So let's go to the motion. What we will take? We will take x position. If x, sorry, it will come here, and this move will go inside this one. Okay? If x mod 16. That means if the remainder of x position divided by 16 is 0, then it is a multiple of 16, correct? Same way, I will duplicate this part and I'll put it here. Now I have to check for y position. So I'll remove x position. And I will put y. So now when y position, again, it should go here and again fix this. That means when x position mod 16, the remainder is 0, which is a multiple of 16, and same way y position divided by 16, the remainder is 0, that means y position is also the multiple of 16, then only I should allow Pacman to move in any of the direction. That means now I need a if control, okay, where at the top of all these ifs. Okay, let's scroll up and fix it here. Okay, and I will bring this full condition inside this if. Okay, I know it's very big, but yes, for Pacman we have to go into a little bit complicated code. Okay, so now how will it work? Forever loop, but before forever is executed, we are checking for the position. If the position is in the multiples of 16, then only it should allow the key press event. Okay, let's see how it goes. Click on this, it started moving. Now my arrow key will go only if it is in the multiple of 16. See, that means straight down, correct? But still it is overlapping the blue lines, which we have to work on. But my arrow keys are working only when the position of Pacman comes in the multiples of 16. Cool. Now let's move ahead. Hope you all understood it. If you want, I can revise it again. Let's go back to the coding blocks. I'll move a little bit here. This block is a general movement of the Pacman. When flag click, it will start from 0 and minus 80 position, which will face always in the 90 degree. Pacman will always be visible. The speed which is in the multiples of 2, direction is always right, and then when we go to forever loop, directions we are checking for the condition. Direction up means change y by speed, down means minus, again left means minus, and right means positive. Apart from this, we are adding a code for the user interference keys, where user will press up arrow, down arrow, right arrow and left arrow. And I want Pacman to move only when my x and y positions are in the multiples of 16. Clear now what we have done? Okay, now before wrapping this video, I would like to explain one more and important point of this coding is y speed is always 2, because 2, 4, 8 are the factors of 16. Why? Because if you write here 3, that means it will go in 3's increment, which is 3, 6, 9, like that. And if you likewise, then after 9 it will come 12, and after 12 it will come 15. Means this condition will never be satisfied, and if this is not satisfied, your arrow keys actions won't be executed. Clear? That was the reason I told you that always keep the speed to 2. If it is to 2, that means these conditions will match and we can move or rotate the Pacman as per the user key pressed event. Clear? Okay, now in next video we will move further with the coding. Thank you.